What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the latest change in my day trading style that has actually yielded me some crazy results in a very positive way. So if you guys do want to learn this, of course we're going to do the worst thing on this planet, and we're going to be backtracking and basically back testing this entire method. But if you guys want to see the win rates that I was posting up, I do have a free Discord down in the link below, where if you do join the Discord and you scroll all the way down to show off your gains, you can see right here all of the gains I've been posting. This is all me right here. Everyone else is allowed to post in there as well, but for some reason only one guy posted his out of all the others that I posted. And if you guys want to see what I did just on Friday of last week as we get started for a new week in the markets. So this was the 18th right here. This was the 20th right here. So we had the 65, the 50%, the 60%, the 68%, 87%, and the 52%. That is all that I did on the 20th. Those were a lot of trades. I got into 11 trades. I did lose 2 trades, but noted that was simply because stop losses got a little bit too tight. Anyways, full disclaimer, I don't win them all, but I'm winning a lot more than I lose right now. And I want to teach you guys the sauce. So what we're going to do here is a little bit of back testing. We're going to go back in time. Let's go to May 30th. Let's do that. Utilizing the replay tool here, we're going to pull the time back. We're going to go up here. You know, random time of day. We pulled it back. Did I do it? I think I did it. We're back in time, baby. Now, the indicators that I like to use for this, I can't pull it up right now because I already have the replay tool. Let's exit out of this real quick. Exit out of this. I'm going to show you guys the different things I'm using. So number 1, I have the stochastic RSI. Number 2, I have the RSI. These things are just visual representations of strength in the market. So stochastic is the momentum of price action, and the RSI is the strength, whether the bulls or the bears are in control. All I'm looking for is divergences and things like that, but I do enjoy using them. Other than that, I like to use the 50 and the 200 simple moving averages, because when you find crosses, there's a high probability that the price is going to start trending in that direction, whether it be to the bearish or bullish side. I'm also utilizing the VWAP because for some reason the price likes to get close to the VWAP pretty often at the beginning of markets, and then toward the end of the day it usually likes to get close to it again. Usually, unless the market's ran too far away from it, then the VWAP goes over and meets the price action. That's just what I've noticed, because noted, this is just an average on the weighted price. So it's not the price, it's not some type of, oh, the market's definitely gravitating toward it. No, it's just a great way to see, is the market more bullish or bearish? Are you above the VWAP? Or are you below it? If you're too far below it at market open, there's a high probability that Wall Street wants to pull it up toward the VWAP before they start dumping on the market. Or pumping the market, either or. But that's just kind of what they've been doing lately. So if it's not broken, I ain't gonna fix it. Then of course we are utilizing the ORBs. But outside of these indicators, I also use Fibonacci and Trendlines. So I kind of utilize as many tools as I possibly can. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and pull things back in time here. We're back in May. Let's go with beginning of June. No, May. What do we say? May 25th? May 25th at... I normally like to start trading at 6 a.m. Let's go to 5 a.m. when I'm normally looking at the market. All right, so looking at this at 5 a.m. on May. Currently, our orb is telling us to go long. However, we are above the VWAP. That is something I am noticing. We do have a downtrending level of resistance, which is great. We have a higher low, though. That's the first thing I would point out. A higher low. That's kind of going to throw a wrench into things. Did we break out of our downtrend here? No, we didn't. Nowhere close. Wow. Nowhere close to breaking out of that downtrend. We're in between our 1 hour's 200 and our 50 simple moving averages. All right, this is where things start getting fun. So let's go into the 15-minute time frame. And let me see if I can get a true... Ooh, this looks beautiful, actually. So what I'm noticing here on the 15-minute, you had a high, you had overbought territory, a lower high, and a dump. However, making that higher low, this is actually really nice to me. I like this. That means we can consolidate for a bit, and I don't have to rush into anything. We also have a beautiful downtrend here that I can work off of. So the closer we get to this downtrend, the better. I'm noticing as we're about to open up, we are getting a bit of distance away from that VWAP. That's not good. And also utilizing the Fibonacci retracement tool. If we are dumping, I would be looking for anywhere in this range between the 382 and the 0.5 retracement levels to act as a resistance. Then of course we have a level here that I would be paying attention to as well. So this is what I'm seeing. We had support, we broke through it, we have not bearishly backtested it yet while downtrending. Sweet. I'm going to be leaning to the bearish side. Let's go into the 5-minute time frame. On your 5-minute, oh, beautiful. Bear flag is being made. I love this. I love this. Beautiful trend. This is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then, of course, we have our 200 simple moving average sitting right up here. We get a bearish backtest on that. I am happy. I am very happy. Also, looking at this on the 5-minute, we have this beautiful area that was acting as a support and a resistance, so I'm going to be paying attention to this as well. My entry level is going to be more than likely this 382 level, but we're going to wait and see what happens there. Let's go ahead and check out the 1-minute time frame. Now your 1 minute, do we have any bearish divergence or anything? Right now we do not. So right now I would be waiting. Number one thing I would be waiting for, a break of the uptrend. So I am thinking the downtrend is going to prevail right now, and I would be looking for a full candle close to the downside before I try shorting, even though our orb tool is telling us to go long. Remember, the orb tool, it's giving you levels based off this halfway mark in between the 15-minute range high and low. This is the halfway point. This is 50% away from the halfway point. This is 50% above. This is 50% above the first level. And they keep going in 50% increments so you understand what that is. So if you end up basically measuring out utilizing, let's just say, a fib tool or something, you'd notice the 50% is going to be... Let's go to the level 1. 50% is right here at the top of the range. You go between the 2 and the 1. At the top. The 1 is 50% in between both of these. So they are measuring 50% increments or retracements or whatever you want to call it. That's what each one of these levels are, and they are great targets for you to start taking profits if you are trading the orb strategy. But usually what's happening lately is everybody and their sister understands the orb strategy, so there are a lot of fake outs, and that is also why we bring in our Fibonacci retracement tool and our trend lines so that we can keep ourselves from getting faked out here. Anyways, what I would be trading this based off of is this box overhead. So let's go ahead and let things play out. Let me see when I get that first candle close to the downside. I am leaning bearish. 100% leaning bearish. I'm not holding back, but I'm still not in a trade yet. I will mark as soon as I get into a trade so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking for, where my stop loss would be, all of that jazz. So right now, I'd still be waiting because we have that low stochastic. All right, right now, right here, I'd be entering a trade. Right here. You can see a high, mildly higher high, then we break the uptrend. I would be getting into a short right this very moment. Now, what I would be doing, I would lower this down to this peak right here, because this was the flatlining level of resistance on the 1 minute before you broke this little box through. And then I'd be bringing this right here So where did we end up? Oh, we were at the 382. Great. Where am I going to put my stop loss? Right above this high. Right above this high, because if we are starting to downtrend, we should be getting a lower high from here. This is one thing I would be looking for the downside. A break of that uptrend is one thing. Another thing is there's a high probability I get stopped out of the first trade right now. Anyways, let's go ahead and mark out what this would be. So marking out the short, noted whenever I am trading in the mornings, I'm going anywhere between 100 and 150x. So I don't recommend most people do that, but you know, to each their own. I'm not going to tell you how to trade. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life at all. And then I would be aiming for $106,107. Now noted, I will mark out as well areas in which I would be lowering my stop loss. So I will mark those out right this moment. You can see right here, resistance, support, and then you even bounced off of it as support. This is an area of interest because if we come down and we catch a bounce, I might just exit the trade. Just full heads up, full transparency, I might exit the trade right there. Anyways, next level of interest I would have would be this level right here, because you utilize it as support. You tried to touch it as support, but you kept on running. So if we break that level, I could lower my stop loss further into profits, thinking that we will not break that level. And then, of course, I would wait until the final level down here, and then I would have my stop loss all the way down there. And, of course, if we break the 1272, high probability I bring my stop loss down to the 1272, because anywhere between the 1272 and the 1618, that is my profit-taking zone. That is what I'm looking at. Then, of course, we have this orb down here from the previous day, but that's besides the point. Now, let's see how the trade would pan out now that I have explained to you the way in which I like to find these trades. One thing I do want to point out, you still have a low stochastic on the 1 minute. You also have a very low relative strength in the bearish control zone. So this is why I'm saying I could get stopped out of this trade right now. But let's see what ends up happening. So let's let this thing ride. All right, so here we go. We're in it. We're in it to win it. We're in the profit. We're not in the profit. We're scared. We're bouncing sideways. What's going to happen? We're going up. We're utilizing that 200 as a level of support, but we have that VWAP sitting down there. The closer we get to market open, and there it starts to go, starting to fall down toward it. Below the 200, getting that 50 to start curling down on you, getting the 200 to start curling over as well. A momentum shift could be coming. You still don't know for certain. You still don't know. While we're waiting, we're seeing. Oh, this would have been a grinder. This would have been a grinder. Would have been hard to sit through this. Now, one thing that I do also do while watching these trades is I start marking out downtrends. So if we start breaking out of this downtrend, I start getting worried. But noted, we just broke a level. There's a high probability I would have lowered my stop loss if I was nervous about this. High probability. But let's just keep watching the price action, I like to see a convincing move to the downside, or even a break at the VWAP. That's when it's beautiful. But we are right now in the green. We put in a higher low. I would have gotten out of the trade. I already would have gotten out of the trade, but let's see what would have happened. Look at that beauty of a dump. Beauty of a dump. Would have been watching, would have been waiting. This is all a back test for my information before we go into a Monday. Now we just got a red signal on the orbs telling us to start selling. Noted, we got into this short way before that. Way before that. All right, lowering the stop loss down once again, watching this thing plummet. It's going back up. We would have been stopped out in profit again. But noted, this is also why you have this downtrend here. You could play the downtrend instead, because each time you set these higher lows, you now have a new uptrend that you could break out of, and then you could jump back into more shorts, more things like that. This is why I end up getting in and out of trades so very fast. We hit our second level on the orb. You can see how we caught a lot of bids off of that. And now we are breaking down once again. Great. I love to see that. Let's see if we end up getting full profit or not, because we also have that other uptrend on a higher time frame to play around with. So we are coming down to that uptrend. We could find a lot of buying pressure there. A lot. But yeah, this is just for my mental sake, as well as just showing you how these trade setups could play out. Wow, we broke the uptrend, we breached it. We still have a level of support sitting down there at 107.29. If we can break through convincingly that 107.29, put that stop loss right, probably right above this high right here at 107.443, and let that thing ride, would we be getting full profit or not? Would we? Or would we be taking about a 40% move of it? I don't know, we'll see. Still watching, still waiting. Notice how that level is now acting as a resistance. That's an absolute beautiful situation. I would lower that stop loss down here, and I would have been stopped out in profit all the way down there. But I still want to see if this thing would have made the entire move, because this is going to help me out in my mental state for seeing if it's a better idea to just hold these things for longer term. We're waiting, we're waiting. We're starting to catch a lot of bids. We're falling. We're falling. Are we going to at least hit the 1272? Come on, baby. Hit the 1272. So we hit our first level of taking profits. We are in there like swimwear. And you can see how crazy the price is getting. A lot of people are utilizing this level as profit-taking level. But we are not showing the type of strength that you would expect. So I would still be in the trade more than likely. Still in it more than likely. I'd like to dip down deeper into this level. Words are really hard right now. That's amazing. Going back up, going back up. If we breach that downtrend, I would be out of there very quickly. Very quickly. But we are going back up. We're finding a lot of strength. We're about to test the 200 simple moving average. Man, this would have been a long time to be in this trade. This is wild. But, yeah, let's keep on going. Keep on going. We are starting to see a little bit more sell pressure around this area. Are we going to bearishly backtest that uptrend? If so, that means we are set up for a brand new short, which would be kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Oh, are we going to get the full profit or not? This is where you start sweating. This is where you start sweating. We tested the downtrend. Ooh, rejection. Holy moly. Great rejection. Great push down. Oof. That is beautiful. Keep on moving, baby. Keep on moving. Hit our full take profit. Hit our full take profit. We are waiting. We are waiting. This would be such a long time waiting, because now we would have entered the trade all the way back here at 5:20 a.m. It is now currently 11:30 in the morning. 11:30 in the morning. That is 6 whole hours of being in this trade. That's wild. Talk about being able to go to the gyms, go to the grocery store, and do whatever it is you want to do while this thing is just playing out. But looking like bringing your stop loss down to this level probably would have been the best bet, because you wouldn't have had any anxiety. We are now breaching that downtrend and officially would be out of the trade. So let's go ahead and stop this thing. I would officially be out of this trade. No matter what, would have been out of it because you broke the downtrend. So let's bring this on up to this level here. That was a 3.69 move, 3.69 to 1 that I would have probably taken some profits on, but noted, I don't like sitting in trades that long. I'm working on it. If I just went to the 1272 and took my profits down here at the 1272, that was a 6.18 to 1. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. But this was a quick video to describe the way that I personally am utilizing trend lines, Fibonacci retracement levels, as well as levels the orbs, and my stochastic RSI and my relative strength in order to make these profits. If you guys do like this style of video, please like and subscribe to the channel. I know this was a lot longer than you would have preferred, but I do think this method is working out fantastically, and I just wanted to do a little back test to show you what it looked like. Not only did it help me out, hopefully it helped you out. And yeah, other than that, hopefully you have a fantastic day. If you need an exchange to facilitate your trading on, we do have links down in the description below. We just got an extension on our deposit bonuses. If you use my link to BYDFi, you can get deposit bonuses anywhere between $100 to $1,000, all meant for futures trading. You guys can take advantage of some free money, play with the house's money, and yeah, just take full advantage of the deals. But we do go live, generally speaking, every single day, where I do take requests from all viewers, as well as I start doing a lot of live trading, so you guys can end up seeing me live, lose money or make money, whatever it is that's going on. I might start implementing some other live streams where I'm live trading if I have the time. We'll see how it goes. Also, a link down below is my free Discord. You guys can always join me. If you do become a member of the channel, there is a members only section. I mean, the membership does cost a lot. It's like $5. Maybe if you want to be the top tier member, it's $10 a month. You know, I do charge a lot, but I feel like just maybe I might be able to help you make that $5 or $10 back by the end of the month. I'm hopeful just with some of my insights. Maybe it helps you in your own trading. But you know, those are all my hopes and dreams. Other than that, guys, I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you're ready for a great week. I know that the markets seem really bloody, but we trade to the upside, we trade to the downside. It doesn't matter. As long as we have price movement, we can make some profits. Get in here, get the education, and enjoy. I'll catch you later. Take it easy. I'm out of here.